continue music. Well, hello everybody. It's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual feline friend and purveyor of good vibes. Today we're here to have some Genshin Impact. It's kind of funny because, you know, after doing the new Spire Abyss, I thought I'd be in a good state to move on to other things, but then I realized that there's actually still one more thing to worry about, which is Citlali's Tribal Chronicles quest story, which is very similar to, like, you know, a character story quest. At least I think so. I feel like when I do the Tribal Chronicles story, they tend to kind of focus. It does focus more on the tribe, but usually the character in the tribe is also kind of very involved with the story. So I think it's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, I only have a day and a half-ish left. So pretty much I should probably finish it tonight if I can. So that's gonna be my focus. And I think there's also this that I need to worry about too. But that one should be kind of quick. But first, we'll go with Citlali's Tribal Chronicles. So that's kind of the plan today. So let's go ahead and get started. So I should have actually just stayed on that screen. It's nice to get the new purpose out of the way though. I don't have to worry about that at all for a whole month. Quests unlocked. Please view it in the quest menu. Doesn't that shortcut me there at all? Oh. Well, I know where it is, right? Yeah, hopefully, like, I'm not like locked by some other things that I might have to do before it, but it says it's unlocked, so is it this one? Okay, Tribal Chronicles Masters of the Night Wind unlocked.
Many insects have a
10 wishes on Arlecchino. Yep. Man, that's just so fast approaching. Like, could have swore like it was just yesterday that I just broke from Ovika. But yeah, I guess it's almost been 2 weeks and new characters are getting switched out and Arlecchino is coming. And I have nothing right now after pulling from Ovika, so I guess can't really expect me to pull for anything for a while. But if I'm not shooting before Arlecchino comes out, I wish you luck. Wait, but you said pulling 10 wishes on Arlecchino? Are you already like at soft pity, or are you just pulling once just to like RNG chance to get her without really a guarantee?
compulsion to follow the
Masters of the Night Wind. This one says calling for Masters of the Night Wind. It says memories flowing with the color, Act 1. It is a story quest though. Just trying to see if there's anything else I might be missing. Because I forgot. No, wait. There's another way to do it. I forgot. There is, if I go here, story quest. Tribal Chronicles are right here. It's probably this one. Brings me here though. Please view it in the quest menu. Well, this is calling from the Masters of the Night Wind, so that is the right one. So it is the very first one. Okay, just making sure.
Except we call that light hope.
So technically, I think on one of my previous streams where I was focusing on the Archon quest, I kind of started this already, and it took me down here. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and one down and focus on the Archon story, and I didn't continue doing this one. So I guess I'm already partially started. So let's go ahead and continue it, I guess. And this guy is so tall. Look at how, like, twice my height. He's the leader of this this tribe, like the tribe outer. I forgot what the tests I'm taking. It's all about.
Whoa, we really did get teleported.
But where's the way out? That's right. We just need to go. We'll go in here and just need to get out, right?
It seems like this place is completely sealed off. Doesn't look like there's an exit anywhere. Let's take a look around and see what we can find.
It's like a escape room puzzle. Nothing here. Scroll was purposely been hung in the middle of the ceiling. Whatever it means, it must be significant. Almost like a princess with some kind of element that she's holding in her hand. Almost as if you would or should scan it to kind of gain wherever that is. But I would need to be able to change into one of those birds to be able to scan it. A large pile of woven scrolls. The thick layer of dust indicates that they've been here a long time. That long, huh? Right here. There's some sort of machine here, probably used for weaving. Is there something behind that scroll right there?
There are so many woven scrolls here. Paimon remembers seeing some of them before in other tribes. They seem to record historical events. This one really stands out from the rest. For starters, it's the biggest of them all. Wonder what story it tells.
Colors are very distinctive too.
Yeah, you're right. Over there, something just flashed. Traveler, did you catch that?
Maybe that's how we got out, or get out. By seeing things we couldn't see before?
Oh, right. Paimon's with you.
They have the ability to activate uniform elemental sight, aware of things otherwise easily detected. Oh yeah, okay. That's what I was talking about earlier, but how do we change? Wait. Observe your surroundings here? Okay, there you go. That's what I was talking about. Oh. I mean, the wall's kind of in the way. I think that's the most obvious one. What? Did it? It didn't change, did it? No, I think it's just that one thing's always constantly changing. Wouldn't it be funny? I'm supposed to observe where this gold thing is, but I'm pretty sure most of the time you have to stand in the spot and then look around. Like ghosts around here. I just need to make sure. From the backgrounds or the plant. Yeah, the plant's kind of in the way. what I'm doing is just this flower is in the way, and I'm pretty sure you would have to look at the painting. Let me look around. Back of it? No. There, no. Wait. Okay, if looking towards the center kind of covers my view, maybe I'm actually supposed to look somewhere else that isn't towards the center. Yeah, I kind of wanted to look at this for a bit. Doesn't seem to be changing. Oh, wait. Okay, if I do that.
Aha! There is something hiding here! Yep, this looks like our ticket out of this place.
Kind of problematic when you have two different sites. I forgot what this site is actually called versus the elemental site, which is this. It's like, I think, confusing the two sites for a while. I guess you were supposed to kind of unbuild the wall first, then change, and then use the Ichthyosaur to look at that symbol. Oh, jump. Maybe not. It's like a little crack right here. Okay. First puzzle done.
Whew, we finally made it out.
It is just as I thought. You are indeed capable of undertaking this mission.
Did this prove your theory?
Yes. You saw many distinctive-looking scrolls there, didn't you?
Sure did.
This specific kind of scroll was left to us by our ancestors. Upon investigation, I discovered what sets it apart is the use of a color not featured in ordinary scrolls. It is a most mysterious color that most people cannot even detect. I myself had to employ special techniques to confirm its existence. Yet there are those who are born with a natural ability to perceive it. And that is why I wanted to test you.
You mean...
That space you just entered was an exhibition room for storing this variety of woven scrolls. Centuries ago, a great shaman by the name of Huitzilin put in place a security measure so that anyone who entered the room without permission will become trapped inside. It exists to this day. And although I have not managed to decipher how it works, I have at least found out how to turn it on and off. Once someone is trapped inside, It is all but impossible for them to escape without outside help. Unless they share the great shaman's ability to perceive that strange color.
I did see a certain color in there.
Clearly, you must have this ability. Which leads me to believe that our Ictomisaur Elder can sense this ability in people, and that it appoints a scroll weaver on this basis.
Another secret power? Traveler, you are full of mysteries. Still, having this ability doesn't change the fact that neither of us know where to start with weaving a scroll.
Don't worry about that. The method for weaving this kind of scroll appears to be largely the same as for an ordinary scroll. The main difference is in the dye that gives it its unique color. If my suspicions are correct, this dye is the key to weaving the scroll, and your special ability is the key to obtaining it. The dyeing process is also a little different from the norm, but I don't anticipate any major issues there. As long as you two can source the dye itself, I can assist with the application.
Cool, we'll follow your lead.
Great! Then please use your abilities to source the necessary ingredients. And in the meantime, I will have someone prepare some fabric for test dyeing. We'll make a few sample pieces to test out my hypothesis. And if that goes well, we can begin the scroll in earnest. If you agree to help, you can expect to be handsomely rewarded once this is all over. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think with the ability to help comes with the responsibility to do so.
Agreed, especially if there's a reward in it. What is the reward, by the way? Is it food? Paimon hopes it's food.
Given the stakes involved for our tribe, I was thinking a substantial sum of mora would be appropriate. Surely that would be preferable to just a free meal.
More works too. Anyway, how do we go about finding these ingredients? Are we supposed to just keep walking around Natlan until we stumble across them?
Thankfully not. I've already identified a location where I suspect they may be found. And I've arranged for someone to guide you there. Your guide is waiting just outside. You can set off at your leisure.
Oh, we completed the very first one. That was quick. I guess because I started, that's the reason why the shortcut didn't quite work from here. Okay, that's nice. I feel like usually the first one tends to be very quick, but then the second one tends to be a bit long. Is it going to be Citlali that appears in the second part? Oh, there's actually a rare material here. Very useful when you have someone like Niche in the party, because he's able to file any rare materials you would want to party gather. Okay, surprisingly I didn't get that when I entered in. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just need to meet this person right here. Oh, that's not Citlali. Who are you?
I take it you're the ones appointed by Elder Talapo?
Yep, and you are...
Call me Toltec. The chief asked me to be your guide for the day. His messengers already filled me in on the situation, so just follow me.
Legendary color. You know, I've been trying to figure out what color this legendary color is exactly. I'm like trying to think about the Woven Scrolls. Everything just looked blue to me. But blue can't be like a legendary color, right? It has to be some kind of different mixtures of blue and something else. And how far are we actually traveling? It's not too far.
Into the wick cave.
I can travel faster if I'm swinging around.
Let's ride! Okay.
So when you go down here.
Let's ride!
And even though Sayu isn't an Alan character, she does travel. Wait, this is a boss. Hmm? Huh?
So the guide is somewhere in this cave, huh?
This is as far as I can take you. Only the appointed ones may proceed from here.
Why's that?
Kind of a long story. Apparently, there's a certain fruit that grows in this cave, the juice of which can be processed to make an excellent dye. Many years ago, our ancestors set out to make a series of ambitious works of graffiti art. They selected this cave to make them in, presumably due to the availability of the dye. However, they didn't want anyone to see their work before it was completed, and so they sealed off the entrance to control access. To bypass the seal, you have to have mastered the art of color perception, or something like that.
Oh, right.
The strange thing is, our ancestors never removed the seal, even after they finished the graffiti art. Since it was sealed off, the only person who's been inside is the great shaman, Citlali, and that was 300 years ago. According to her, the artwork tells the story of a hero by the name of Kuntur.
Kuntur.
But I digress. Sorry, I'm a big fan of graffiti artwork. Once I get talking, I can go on for hours.
So you're sure you don't want to come with us?
I'll pass. I tried to get in once, but the seal blocked my way. I tried getting my Iktomi to clear it with its powers, but even that didn't work. I guess it's supposed to be a test left there by our ancestors. If you don't pass the test, you're not worthy of viewing their works of art.
Aww.
Don't worry about me, though. I wouldn't be joining you this time even if I was able to get in. Unlike our chief, I don't have the guts to challenge our traditions. This task is specifically appointed to someone by the Iktomi Elder. Who knows what bad things might happen if I got involved?
Fair enough. All right, we'll try not to take too long.
Sounds like we have a puzzle dungeon ahead of us. And it's interesting how it involves color. I am quite colorblind, so hopefully that's not gonna hinder me too much. But I think, you know, based on what we did earlier, right? It might only really require you to use your elemental sight. It'll let you see things that other people wouldn't normally be able to see.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
I don't know if I need that quite yet.
Looks like there's no way past. Maybe try the same thing as before?
Okay. Oh, is it because I need to be a bird first? I'm just a little bit slower. But there's the symbol.
It worked! Let's head in and take a look. This should be the place. That fruit Toltec mentioned should be the one on the wall, right? Now the only question is, which ones do we pick?
This is probably where my special ability, the chief mentioned, comes in.
Well, go ahead, try it out.
There's a gameplay tutorial. Human 2? With extremely unusual shapes and color, they come in red, yellow, and blue hues. Throw them onto the painted stones or special graffiti to change the color of the latter. Uh-oh. I'm not liking this already. Oops. Hopefully, I didn't need that. Oh no. What is this? Creating mirrors where the paint is produced is indeed a good idea. When we repair them, we can just grind out the relevant materials on the spot and fill the missing paint in. The story could possibly end just as the 3 tribal warriors were defeated by Rumi, the wicked sorcerer. The mural in which Kunter appears to be somewhere else. Can't find the path. Has it been buried? Or is there some sort of mechanism at play here? Well,
Full throttle.
Okay.
okay, I'm trying to not swing around. Guess I have to always distract before I throw. Seems like not the right choice. Okay. There's something over there. It's a different color too. Okay, just a scenery thing. Oh, this could be useful.
You saw something, right? Whatever it was, grab it.
That water's just too deep. Birds can't swim, apparently. Okay. Over here.
These guys' ancestors made some real works of art here. But based on what we've seen so far, it seems like there should be more to the story. Do you think maybe there's more artwork further inside? Seems kinda strange.
We can go take a look if you want. Maybe, but we have a job to do.
Oh, no need. Paimon was just thinking aloud. Toltek's waiting for us, and we have a job to do. So maybe it's best if we head out now. Let's head back and meet up with Toltek.
Guess this whole puzzle is another story for another day. I'm like looking at the fruits because I feel like there has to be like, oh, that is another fruit color right there, right? So isn't it that it kind of a lot more simpler than I think it is? I think you just go from the placement.
One more. Okay.
That you see, starting with this on the right side. Oh, can I like hit it from all the way over here? Oh, I can. Okay. I just want to try this one combination. If it doesn't work, that's fine. Isn't there another fruit color somewhere? I'm pretty sure it is actually the wrong ones though. Because I feel like that long one has to be blue. Right? I think it's all about the shapes. And matching the color of the fruits. That's a long fruit. That one's kind of like a triangle fruit, but what color it is the color have trouble. I'm assuming that's supposed to be yellow and that one's supposed to be red. And this is yellow. Luckily it says yellow. And that's the triangle. The round one's red.
Into the cave.
Yeah, so at first it was placement order, but now is based on shape. Oh, what?
One with
So
cave.
I'm supposed to kind of yell it from over here? Okay. Grab that, and I did it before, I could do it again. Oh, okay.
Wind strike.
I was like, I wasn't knowing what to suspect, but I wasn't expecting like slimes up here. Okay.
Everything has its use.
Were you not given toys to play with as a child? Is that it?
I mean, I just gonna take a peek in. It's deep, then save it for later. I guess the earlier talks assumed that I already have it opened, right?
Rise with the sun!
The wind cave.
That's telling me to go up. So it's gonna be a long way up. But let's go ahead and talk to Toltec first. We might end up having to go further in anyways, but
One with cave.
just focus on the main story first. At least we solved the puzzle. Okay, try to figure out what the way out is. This way?
Can't touch me.
Saw it. Where's that pyro crystal fly? How did I? Oh, right there.
Make my escape. We're back, and we found the ingredients for the dye.
Sounds like you made it through the seal then. Our Iktomisaur Elder was right about you. It's getting late. Follow me. I'll take us back.
Guess that's all we needed. And we did grab the dye, and that's what we needed. So, but kind of thought like you would need more, go further in to get the dye, but I guess not. Okay, we can just go ahead and teleport back in here. I guess I didn't see the teleport here initially because this is not the right one. Yeah, because of it being underground and maybe that gun got covered. So you know that this is the right way now. Did these spawn back? How did I not collect these before? Okay. Here you go, leader.
Toltec has updated me on your progress. Well done. I appreciate your efforts.
Sure thing. Here's the stuff for the dye.
It looks like 3 different color dye, the 3 that we used earlier, red, yellow, and blue.
I see. Yes. This is certainly a very different substance from typical dyes. Okay, now let's try our hand at making some samples. The fabric is ready for testing.
Got it.
Please come with me.
Oh, are we going back in?
Time to go.
Yep, we're going back in.
Take a look at this. It's a woven scroll made by one of our ancestors. This is the kind of thing we're trying to make.
Ooh.
The person depicted is the legendary shaman, Huitzilin. She lived 200 years ago and was once appointed by the Iktomisor Elder, like yourselves. She
Oh,
was especially skilled in the art of color manipulation, and of course completed her task with flying colors. This scroll is a record of her deeds, and was most likely the work of her own hand. The quality is simply breathtaking, even compared to other scrolls of this variety. Sadly, since she passed away, all of our Iktomisor Elder's subsequent appointees have had to rely on the gift from the spirits to complete their work.
but now you're about to revive an older tradition?
That's a good way of putting it. My only quibble with your phrasing would be, it's not just me, but us.
Now Paimon's getting excited.
Bring out the samples.
The assistant presents the samples for a test dyeing.
Now, as I mentioned, the dyeing process is a little complicated, but I am confident you will manage. Just make sure to follow my instructions carefully.
Sounds like a mini game incoming. Will do. Let's get started.
The pattern has already been sketched out on the sample, so you just need to dye each block with the correct color. But you'll need to wait for the dye to fully soak in between each step to make sure the colors don't run.
Okay, well here, dye the fabric as instructed. Okay, no mini game needed.
Ha ha ha! Good! The dye has taken to the fabric, and the pattern is crisp and clear. Next, apply all the remaining dye, and we should see that elusive signature color emerge.
Okay, final step.
Here we go.
Did it work? Paimon doesn't see it.
Oh, that color isn't showing up. Oh, the dyeing has failed.
Did I mess up somehow?
No, your technique was flawless. You did everything exactly as instructed. It would have made no difference if I'd done it myself.
Then what went wrong?
It could be the weaving technique, or maybe the dye has to be applied in a different way. Oh, whatever the case, it looks like I have failed to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Sorry, Paimon wishes we could do more to help.
I am the one who should be apologizing. I made you do so much work, and it was for nothing. I will, of course, honor my commitment to compensate you for your trouble, but I do hope you won't give up on this task. I plan to keep investigating, and will be sure to keep you updated with any progress.
Don't worry, we're not quitters. Paimon does have a question, though. This whole process of recording history on woven scrolls seems so complicated. Why don't you just write it down instead? You said yourself you're all about change and reform. Well, this seems like a pretty good place to start, don't you think? Writing things down would be easier for everyone and your records would be more detailed.
I think you've perhaps misunderstood my philosophy, but that's okay. I can answer your question, but there's somewhere I need to show you first.
Oh, sure.
Okay, where are we going now?
Time to go.
Time to go indeed. Go further up here.
Cool. Look at this view. What do you think?
It's gorgeous!
Now, try looking a little further.
Whoa, that graffiti!
In all the years since the founding of our tribe, those colors have been with us every step of the way. It is true that I seek to bring new life to this ancient tribe through change and reform, but I also understand there are certain foundational things that we cannot afford to throw away. The foremost of these is the way we record our history.
Oh, is it because they prefer to record history by using graffiti?
Oh, that makes sense.
Since the very beginnings, our tribe has always sought to bring color to history. And I have a deep sense that this is one part of our heritage that we should not give up. So, whatever it takes, I must find a way for us to continue producing our traditional woven scrolls.
You're completely right. Paimon's sorry for what she said earlier. It was out of line.
It's quite all right. I'm just grateful you're able to understand where I'm coming from.
We're committed to helping you solve this.
Then let us hope that when we next meet, we succeed in reviving this tradition.
And Act 2 complete. A little bit faster than I thought. There's one more act left. And it has to be where Citlali pops in, right? I know commissions are trying to pull me away, but we're not about that. Hmm? Truth of the Battle of the Seven Colors. The masters of the Night Wind have upheld an ancient custom for generations. Using color woven scrolls to record the history of Natlan is precisely because of this tradition that you, who have stumbled upon the tribe, have been entrusted with the mission. What's this mission? On the mission. It's kind of like dimmed out. But
Into the okay.
down here. That's Fatui, but technically the Fatui here are friendly, right?
Huh?
Are we still in friendly terms with them?
What are you doing here? That's a little concerning. Let's go over there and see what they're up to. Also, how did they get this close to a tribal settlement?
Well, considering what the captain did for Natlan. Oh, so this happened after the Archon story. So this travel thing, I could have swore I'd done this travel thing before the recent Arkham story came out, but maybe you're only able to go up to Act 2, and Act 3 got unlocked after the Arkham story. That's probably what's going on. Well, considering what the kind of different Natlan, maybe they've been giving a bit more leeway.
Huh. All the Fatui left in Natlan are probably the captain's subordinates. That basically makes them followers of one of Natlan's heroes. Still, once a Fatus, always a Fatus. Something seems off seeing them here. Let's go check it out.
This is the first time I heard her call them Fatus. Truth of the Battle of Seven Colors. Yep. Right spot. Okay, this is where the long story part begins.
Ahem! What are you guys doing here?
Following orders. If you have a problem, take it up with our employer.
Hey, what's with the attitude? Can the Fatui even work for a private employer?
This is Grudok. I hired him to be my bodyguard in Natlan. As you can see, he's not the sociable type. I'm sorry for any offense. My original plan was to hire someone from the local tribes, but a priest recommended Grudok and his squad. I was told they were capable fighters and had the time to spare, so they fit the bill. It seems like the Fatui's reputation in Natlan is quite positive.
So that's what happened. Then you must be from Fontaine?
Yeah, I was wondering where he was from based on his clothes. Because one look, I was like, huh, this seems like clothes I've never seen before, but is it really Fontaine?
Precisely! Montluçon, at your service. I work in the publication business. And you two... Wait, you must be the Traveler and his fairy companion.
Oh, you know us?
A golden-haired traveler with a floating companion. There's no mistake. Your exploits in Fontaine have all the makings of a best-selling series. I'd be a failure of a book merchant if I couldn't recognize you.
Wow, we're really famous at this point, Traveler.
It's truly my lucky day. I know this is sudden, but I was actually looking for you two. You see, I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
So, you chased us all the way to Natlan? That's a little creepy.
You'll be generously rewarded, I promise you.
Well, at least he got straight to the point. Should we hear what he has to say?
Something tells me we can't skip this one. And if the pay is good...
Alright, we'll hear your request.
You know the great shaman Citlali, right? I need her help with something.
Huh?
Yeah, but the chances of her helping a random stranger just because we asked?
With her personality, pretty slim.
Yeah, Citlali really doesn't like dealing with strangers.
I heard about that from other members of her tribe. But they told me if one person could convince her, it would be the golden-haired traveler.
Wow, okay.
If you manage it, I'll even double your pay.
Why do you need her help?
Oh yeah, we should definitely get to the bottom of that first.
It's kind of a long story, and there's tribal history involved, so you should hear it from an expert. Alie, if you could.
Of course. I don't often have an eager audience for this kind of thing. Nice to meet you. The name's Alie. I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. Unlike most researchers, I have a keen interest in ancient ruins. That's why I was invited to join Monsieur Montluçon's team. Have you heard of the legend of the great shaman Citlali?
She's the one that worked with colors, right?
Yes. According to local records, she was a color mystic who lived over 200 years ago, and the most adept in her tribe at using that particular technique. Out of all of her exploits, her most celebrated is the Battle of Seven Colors. According to legend, the battle was triggered by an abyss invasion, one of the most brutal in Natlan's history, even from a greater historical perspective. Amazingly, Natlan was able to turn the tide despite being at an extreme disadvantage. The key to victory was none other than a color Citlali created on the battlefield. The color was extraordinary, illusory in appearance while also seeming to possess physical form. Legend has it that Citlali used the color to construct a magnificent maze on the battlefield and trap all the enemies inside. This allowed her allies to launch a counterattack and ultimately secure victory.
I didn't know that's what we can do with colors.
Anyway, that's the gist of it. We don't want to take up too much of your time. That story is the reason I came to Natlan. I often publish books about the history of other nations. They always end up faring well on the market. When I heard this story for the first time, I wanted to include it in my next collection, but historical records about Natlan aren't very detailed. We haven't been able to determine where the battle took place, or find any definitive evidence that it occurred at all. Even within the Masters of the Nightwind, people dispute the legitimacy of the story. Some believe it to be a myth. If that were the case, the story would not be fit for publication.
But if you're just including it in a story collection, why does it matter if it never happened?
Well, you see, the slogan for the collection is Restoring the Truth of History. Naturally, I needed to be factual. That's why I'm here. The Masters of the Nightwind are said to have a tradition of recording past events, so I wanted to consult their records. But I was refused access to the Obsidian Altar. Application after application, and all I received were a few ordinary woven scrolls with nothing to offer. Honestly, I'm just trying to promote their history, and they make such a fuss.
According to my research, their scrolls are considered sacred relics in addition to historical records. Naturally, outsiders are rarely granted access. Not to mention, the scrolls we did get to review actually contain a huge amount of information. I just need more time, and I could...
We've been over this, Alier. There's no need to waste time on those scrolls when we have a better way.
And what's the better way?
Citlali, you mean?
Really?
Exactly. You're well aware, I'm sure, that Citlali has been alive for more than 200 years. That means she lived during the era of the Battle of Seven Colors.
I see. So instead of deciphering books, it's better just to talk to the person who's been through it already.
If she agrees to be my consultant, then no other historical records are necessary.
Oh, that's what you want.
So, what do you say? I'll quadruple the pay if it helps sweeten the deal.
Well, it's not that we don't want to help you.
We actually should go ask her, Paimon. Oh, wait, we still have a duty to fulfill after all. That's true. And that will definitely help us.
Oh, right. The duty the chief gave us has a lot to do with Citlali. Who knows? The Battle of Seven Colors might lead us in the right direction. All right, we'll help you convince Citlali. Just let us do the talking, okay?
Of course.
Collaboration with Fontaine, the Fatui,
I'm sure they'll show up
and
soon.
Natlan, and the Traveler. This is gonna be interesting. And you know, the one thing I started kind of thinking right away, there is a waypoint here that I don't have unlocked. Is it actually, is it actually underneath? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's for that boss. I'm curious about this waypoint. I might be distracted by it a little bit, but there has to be an easy way to get down there. Don't know who that's from, but I guess the entrance isn't as straightforward as I was hoping for.
Follow the wind.
Or is it? Pretty sure you just go down. There's another waypoint, right?
I'm out
Question is, how deep down is it? Nope. There it is. Very simple. Yep, somehow I missed that this whole time, but now that I have that, I can now proceed forward. This is supposed to be. Oh, it's one of the jumping things. I always wondered whether Movika can actually use those. But technically, I think that's slower than just using Kanich to kind of swing to where I need to get to.
So, this is where the great shaman lives? A bit far from civilization, isn't it? I hope the person who pointed us in this direction wasn't mistaken.
For someone like Citlali, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Is this graffiti her work too? I wonder if it's a cultural practice. If I could just copy it down,
We're here for a reason, Alier. As agreed, you two can do the talking, and we'll wait for you here.
Okay, we'll go knock on the door. Hopefully she's not hungover.
Technically, I think the other guy has the right idea of just doing it the right way, but... since we're already here.
Citlali? Are you there? We need your help with something! Oh, no response. Maybe she's not home.
Let's try her other name.
Oh, Granny Citlali? Are you home?
The door is thrown open and you're met with a pungent smell of alcohol.
Kid, if you're here to challenge me, book an appointment first.
So Citlali is a real hermit, huh? Wow, quite the messy room.
Traveler!
The door closes abruptly. Is it all gonna be very clean all suddenly?
Looks like we came at a bad time.
Are you still there? Just come in. We can talk inside.
Well, at least we didn't get turned away.
I don't know what to expect. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very clean. Is she that quick though? I feel like if someone appeared like that,
So this is where Citlali lives.
we'll have trouble cleaning that quickly.
Didn't have time to fully clean up the place. Complain if you want. Menial housework means nothing to a great shaman like myself. Besides, in light novels, people who keep everything neat and tidy are always too boring to be the protagonists. Also, I'm not a hermit. I'm just above superficial rules of societal etiquette.
Right, later. You're missing the good part, but later. Huh?
She sure does care a lot about what we think of her.
Oh, and that spell I used to transfer my senses to you, you're not still, experiencing the side effects, are you?
Oh, the part where I could read what she's thinking?
It's my duty as a great shaman to check that kind of thing.
Oh, you mean when we could hear your thoughts? Nope. It's been so long, we don't have to worry about that anymore, right?
Then why do I hear the traveler's thoughts in my head?
Huh?
What?
Oh, she heard me call her a hermit? That bothers her? I thought she was above superficial rules of social etiquette.
I can still hear you, you know.
I apologize for offending you.
Don't bother. I'll find a way to fix it. First you hear my thoughts, now I'm hearing your thoughts.
Huh. You know, times like this is really hard to control what you're actually thinking. When you're like trying to like, you know, not think of anything, that's when you're actually thinking of things that you shouldn't be thinking.
It was just a simple spell. I use it on you and now it's on the fritz. Forget it. Just tell me why you're here.
Well, someone asked us to ask you to be their consultant. They have questions about the history of Natlan.
So they asked the hero of Natlan to put in a good word? Sounds like they know I don't usually trouble myself with other people's problems.
The pay is really good.
Doesn't matter. I'm busy.
Well, this is where we throw that we have other business, right? Like for discovering the truth of the 7 color thing.
She sure doesn't look busy. Paimon knew this wouldn't get us anywhere.
What if the request comes from me?
From you?
Yeah, we were given a sacred duty to help your tribe weave a special scroll.
Huh? So, you're the appointed ones this time?
We were surprised too. After all, we have no idea how to weave a scroll like that. But with Chef Biram's help, we were able to make some progress. We still haven't succeeded, but we learned that the key to weaving the scroll is a special kind of color. The historical event those men want to ask about also involves color. If you help them, you might end up helping us too.
Yeah, it's just a 2 birds and 1 stone type of situation.
She's giving us that face again. Did Paimon not explain things clearly?
I can't decide whether this twist is completely out of the blue or if it was foreshadowed all along.
Does that mean you won't help us?
I need to think about it.
Then there's still hope.
Hey, what's the holdup? Just give us an answer already.
You agreed to let us do the talking!
She's in a bad mood now.
Citlali!
Citlali suddenly walks out and you rush after her. This is probably not going to end well. Not for them, at least.
Stand down, Grudok. As your employer, if I tell you to wait, then you wait.
Understood.
Yeah, why is he so impatient in the first place?
You're the great shaman who's been alive for centuries? But you're so... Apologies for the disturbance. Grudok is a recent hire, so difficult to restrain sometimes.
You're lucky you didn't force Citlali's hand.
Well, since you're here, how about a discussion?
Do you have any idea who I am? Did you think Granny Eatsley would be fooled by your little performance? I have no intention of speaking to you. Your recent hire interrupted me right as I was about to make an important decision. Pull a trick like that again, and I'll make your lives a living horror novel, except 10 times worse. That's all I came out here to say.
Whoa.
Traveler, we have a discussion to finish.
You live up to your name, Granny Itztli. I apologize for the offense. I'm just surprised the Battle of 7 Colors didn't pique your interest.
You're investigating the Battle of 7 Colors?
Ah, the Traveler didn't get to that part? Yes, I thought the Traveler could help me convince you. But, if I'm not mistaken, you have a personal interest in this matter, don't you? I heard that the great shaman Huitzilin was a friend of yours. You two must have been close. If I can resolve the controversy and prove the battle took place, I'll include it in my next collection. Then, all of Teyvat will learn the truth. With your support, your friend's heroic deeds will once again be known throughout the land. Inspiring, don't you think?
You'll be helping me fulfill my duty, and it'll mean a lot to your tribe. Feels weird saying that after what he just said, but I mean, it's true, but at the same time, it feels like it kind of makes it feel like what we're doing is more like a side note compared to, you know, what he wants her to do. But I'm pretty sure she wants to help us more than to help him. So it just feels weird saying this after all that.
If this is really about that duty, then... fine. I'll help you.
I'm honored.
Save it. I agreed to help the Traveler, not you. You'll just have to leech what you can.
Well, at least she agreed to help.
Looks my friendship with Citlali came in handy after all. I never took her to be the heartless type anyway.
Who are you calling heartless?
I mean, that's not what I said, but okay.
Not a problem. I always planned to work with the Traveler. So, did you directly experience any events of the battle? Do you have any idea where it took place? Can you think of any relics we could use to prove it?
Talk at me, why don't you?
I'd like to know too.
Fine. No, no, and no. I did live during the same era as her, but that doesn't mean we experienced the same events. I've lived a long time, but I'm not a walking encyclopedia.
Yeah, like, so the other thing I was kind of worried about is, you know, think about, like, do you remember the times when you're, like, a kid? Or maybe even, like, things that happened, like, 20 years ago? Very clearly? Not really. If you're this old, I'm pretty sure you will forget so many things that happened 200 years ago. She's only... It's just how human, like, minds work. You will definitely forget things.
You decide the angle of your investigation, and I'll provide answers if I'm familiar with the subject.
All right. Even if you didn't witness the battle yourself, you still lived through that era. Your insights are very valuable. Alier, you had an idea about where to start, yes?
Oh, well, my plan was to consult the members of the tribe in charge of recording history.
Then, let's start there. Traveler, what do you say to officially working together? After all, it appears I can only get Miss Citlali's help through you.
Sounds good. Please, great shaman. Oh, the other thing I've been thinking about is when they were talking about the seven colors, what those seven colors are. Obviously red, yellow, and blue. Oh, sorry, throwing in.
You don't seem super invested in this whole thing, Citlali.
The Battle of Seven Colors is something I've only ever heard about. I know as much as anyone else in my tribe.
But how? Weren't you alive when it happened?
I wasn't there when it took place, and she never told me about it. That's how.
But Molo-san said the two of you were close friends. The battle was legendary. Why wouldn't Huitzilin tell you about it?
Close friends? More like arch rivals. Something Montlusan would know if he actually did his research. Did you see the graffiti outside my house? That's not my doing. All students from Huitzilin's School of Shamanism must pass an extremely difficult trial before graduation, defeating me in battle. Those graffiti drawings are how they challenge me.
Wait, what?
Of course, none of them ever succeeded. So, after Wheatsealing's death, her students had no choice but to modify the requirement. Instead of defeating me, all they have to do now is last long enough.
Yeah, that sounds like a necessary change.
As my rival, Wheatsealing only had one achievement that surpassed my own. And that was the Battle of 7 Colors. I can only assume she had some kind of secret technique at her disposal. It makes perfect sense that she kept it from me. I'm a fast learner. Telling me about the technique is no different than handing it to me on a silver platter. As if she would give away her one advantage.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, all of that is secondary. Like I said, I'm only here to help you fulfill your duty.
So, Citlali's doing this all for me?
Don't misunderstand. This duty is important for my tribe, too. A great shaman should do her part to see it done.
Great Shaman should also be a bit more organized at home.
Excuse you? I fail to see what housekeeping has to do with my duty as a shaman. Why is it that you're the one whose thoughts are exposed, but I'm still the one suffering? I need to get to the bottom of this.
Excuse me, Great Shaman, but we have a situation over here. We could really use your help.
Please, Great Shaman.
Okay.
Of course the Battle of 7 Colors happened. The woven scroll proves it. Wheatsealing used a mysterious color to construct a maze and trap the enemies inside.
That's just your interpretation. There's more than one way to understand that scroll. Besides, constructing a maze out of color is ridiculous.
Wheatsealing was one of the most powerful shamans of her time. She definitely could have pulled it off.
That's the biggest problem. She had students. Why not pass it down? A technique that powerful? And no shaman since has ever used it?
Her students are keeping it a secret, of course. If you knew a technique like that, you'd be a fool to show it to just anyone.
Oh, I didn't mean to cause an argument. I just wanted to ask, is there anything we can use to prove the battle took place?
Of course it took place. Why would you need to prove it?
You'll have to excuse him. Some people in our tribe insist on clinging to outdated views of history. I'd give up now if I were you. It only gets more ridiculous from here.
Please don't fight.
Wow, so the battle really is controversial.
Am I the outdated one? Kids these days can't find anything better to argue about?
These arguments are precisely why I hesitate to include this story in my collection. Neither side was able to offer anything useful. What should we do?
Wheatsealing was a passionate teacher. We were opposites in that sense. The technique she used in the battle must have been her masterpiece. There's every reason to pass it on. Still, if the technique is powerful enough to single-handedly stop an invasion, it also makes sense that her disciples would keep it a secret. We should check with the students from her school. If we can confirm that technique exists, we can deduce certain things about the battle.
But as far as I know, most of the shamans from her school occupy high positions in the tribe. Not the type of people outsiders like us can speak to on a whim.
Right. The obsidian altar is off limits to you. But, if I go...
Is there a problem?
Most of Wheatsealing's students are respected priests in the tribe. But that means they had to go through me. Or try, at least. I, of course, humiliated them from a young age.
Oh, so her interacting with them now that they're older isn't gonna probably sit too well.
Those ones who hold the position now are the ones who lasted long enough before I wiped the floor with them. If I show up without warning, they'll run for dear life. That's not gonna get us any answers.
Yeah, Paimon can see it now.
Run for dear life? It's like Citlali is some kind of tyrant.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. That was just a metaphor.
I'll make sure they don't run away. Who better to fend off a tyrant than a hero of Natlan?
Only you have the guts to joke like that with me, Traveler. Fine, I said I'd help, so I'll help. But don't blame me if it goes wrong.
Alright, the rest of you can wait for us here.
We appreciate the help.
These guys are just sitting in the backline mooching off our work, but okay. They are paying us just to reveal the truth, right? Oh, going back to the colors, right? So red, yellow, and blue are the three colors we know so far. But if you mix the the three colors with each other, you have three combinations with every pairing. Like red, yellow should produce. Again, I'm bad with colors. What colors would it produce? I know, like, you know, red and blue would be purple. Green is probably created from blue and yellow. So red and yellow. I think that's orange. So the question is, what's the seventh color then, right? Because you're mentioning 7 colors. It's probably a mix of the 3 colors, which should be black, maybe? Wait, I'm like trying to click all these plants and not talk with these guys. Okay.
Once you've put pen to paper.
Grab that. Okay, now we'll go ahead and go this way. Oh, nope. I think it's down this way. Or maybe you actually need to just teleport down there.
Oh, are you in the middle of a ceremony?
Granny Eatsley?
See, we're gonna run.
What is she doing here?
Did some coward not show up after challenging her to a fight?
Or is she here to officially take over the tribe?
It's like they really do see her as some kind of tyrant.
No matter what, we'll defend our dignity as priests to the end.
Ugh, you talk a big game for someone who lost to me the most out of the entire priesthood.
What?
All I want is to ask some questions.
So, you're here to interrogate us?
Someone didn't sit pretty for their beating? Is that it? You want their name, don't you?
Don't be afraid. They're really scared of her. Wow.
Yeah, with the hero of Natlan here, Granny Eatsley will be on her best behavior.
Sure, whatever you say.
Oh, it's the Traveler and his companion. That does make me feel better. How can we help you?
We wanted to ask about the technique you inherited from Huitziling.
Huh. So you can eradicate our school once and for all?
Disciples of our school have challenged her year after year, just as our master instructed. Sounds like she's finally had enough.
Well, you're not wrong.
If we want to protect our legacy, one of us needs to run.
Not this again. Just how much did you traumatize them, Citlali?
She beat them in a duel, so what? There's no reason to be this terrified. As long as someone worthy of love and respect.
Hey! You can't just say whatever you want just because it's in your head. I'm Granny Eatsley. A mere mention of my name and kids burst into tears. Love and respect? No one has the guts for that.
Well, I do.
You know what? Forget about your duty. We really need to fix this mind-reading situation.
Sorry to disappoint, but if you're here to question whether we're qualified to inherit our master's legacy, we're not going down without a fight.
We're not getting anywhere. What should we do, Traveler?
Let me think.
Huh? Oh, it's you.
Elder Tlapo! Oh, we must have disturbed your meditation. Our deepest apologies. Please forgive us.
Did Elder Tlapo just issue a declaration?
From what I can tell, in a single word, the message was... friend?
Is Elder Tlapo telling us to treat Granny Eatsley as a friend?
That's not possible, is it?
Oh, you forget yourselves, my friends. You are esteemed priests of our tribe. Where are your manners?
I mean, it's not like Granny like beat up that bird, right? So the bird has nothing to wrong against Itzley, so. And I wonder how this guy's interaction is with Itzley so far.
But Chief!
I didn't expect to see you here, great shaman. My sincere apologies for the lack of hospitality.
Well, I wasn't exactly planning to come to this crowded place. So you can save the pleasantries, Chief. I'd rather get this over with.
Understood. Now, as successors of Huitzilin, I understand your friction with Granny Eatsley. However, Elder Tlapo's declarations have always showed us the correct path. You would do well to respect his counsel. So, mind your manners and allow Granny Eatsley to ask her questions.
Whew! Good thing Elder Tlapo and Chief Biram are on our side.
Yeah, Tlapo. Oh.
Hi there, Elder Tlapo!
It's been a while.
Hey, he seems pretty happy to see us.
He's the one who put you in charge of the scroll, right?
Yeah, Elder Tlapo appointed us to the task.
Elder Tlapo, huh? He's still Claw to me.
What does Claw even mean? Oh, that's his original name, probably?
Hey, don't pull that cutesy stuff with me. You're an Iktomisaur Elder now. You occupy an eminent and important position within the tribe.
So, you already know each other?
Claw was only this big when we first met. He was Huitzilin's Saurian companion back then. She kept dragging him to my place, so over time, we got to know each other.
Sounds like you and Hitsulin were close?
She only came to my place to fight me. But at the same time, she always claimed to be my friend. She was the only one who dared to try, at least.
Well, you've lived a long time. You've probably made a bunch of friends over the years, right?
The more time you have, the more friends you lose.
Oh,
Anyway, let's get back to business. I hate talking about the past.
Yeah, so when you grow that older, I can't imagine, like, you see a lot of people that you grow very close to kind of die. And going through that pain, it kind of makes it harder to kind of get close with anybody else. But there are just some people who kind of push that onto you, right? And I guess this is how her Citlali friend was like. But I guess that's something that she doesn't want to talk about. Understandable.
Oh, 200 years and you still haven't given up, Claw? I still haven't made up my mind, so you should head back. Traveler, Paimon, let's go.
I wonder what he wanted. Funny how like such a big bird now can still look cute, but okay. Guess we'll head back. Oh, up. That's right. We need to go through that portal, right?
Hey there, Chief Biram.
Hello, Biram.
Oh, wait. We haven't reached out since the last time we failed the task, huh?
It's only been like, what, like a couple hours?
Grateful you haven't forgotten that duty.
Actually, we have good news. We found another clue.
I'm all ears.
It's the Battle of 7 Colors.
Huitzilin's claim to fame? That sounds promising. But the battle took place hundreds of years ago. An investigation is bound to be difficult.
True, but Granny Citlali promised to help.
Is that so? Huh. I've tried seeking her help in the past, but I never managed to coax her out. You should cherish this opportunity.
Hey, don't complain. None of the previous chiefs succeeded either.
Forgive me. That wasn't my intention. It was a comment on my own failings.
Paimon said you've been trying to figure out how to weave the special scroll.
It is my duty, great shaman.
Why bother? The scrolls always end up completed on time. So what's the point of figuring it out for yourself?
If I may, this task concerns the history of Natlan as a whole. And in many ways, history is the memory of a people. Memory is sacred to our tribe. I'm sure a great shaman understands that better than a humble junior like myself. Something this important cannot be left to baseless rumors. I know you don't concern yourself with the daily affairs of the tribe, Granny Citlali. Even so, as a priestess, I trust you wouldn't leave something like that to chance.
I get your point.
Something on your mind, Citlali?
Of course, the one time I wish you could read my mind, it doesn't work.
Chief referred to himself as a humble junior. Maybe Citlali worried she looks old?
No, that's not it.
Huh?
It's not important. Rest assured, Biram, with my help, the Traveler and Paimon will definitely be able to complete the task.
You have my thanks then.
I'm like trying to like see if I could like stop the talking in my head right now. Nope, it's not working. Oh, if anything, I'm talking even more. And if I was near Citlali, man, I would be probably not too bad from the Traveler. Just a little bit probably worse.
So are you here to test whether we're qualified to inherit Master Huitzilin's legacy?
You've already been tested, haven't you? Well, frankly speaking, I don't think any of you are qualified.
Oof.
But that's not why I'm here. All you need to do is be good and answer my questions.
Fine. Ask away.
You've heard of the Battle of 7 Colors, right?
Of course. It's our master's claim to fame. An immortal legend inscribed in the very history of our tribe.
Then I'm sure you know there are those who question whether it actually occurred.
I did hear people arguing about that the other day.
It's disgraceful. How can they question something like that?
It doesn't surprise me. Natlan has had more tourism lately. A lot of people have started getting strange ideas after interacting with Outlanders. After all, everyone who took part in the battle has returned to the ley lines. Without witnesses, it's hard to refute detractors.
Well, it just so happens the questions I want to ask are directly related to the legitimacy of this battle.
Listen, we know you were rivals, but do you really have to question her legacy?
You think she's like you? Someone who can't survive a little scrutiny?
No, of course not.
Then let me finish. During the battle, Wheatsealing most likely used a technique powerful enough to turn the tides of war. I'm sure she was very proud of it. Proud enough to pass it on to her disciples. So, which one of you inherited that technique?
Oh my god, don't tell me that none of them have it. Let's get the worst outcome. That technique existed, then it pretty much proves that the battle existed, right? That she won that battle.
I don't think any of us have heard of it.
Oh no.
Listen, I'm not trying to take it for myself, so be honest. With or without it, I can wipe the floor with any of you.
Yeah, no objections there. But I'm telling the truth. None of us have ever heard of that technique.
What's wrong with her? Why would she let it go extinct?
Master's body of work is massive. No one student could hope to learn all her techniques. Mastering just a few already takes a lot of effort. Master had no choice but to recruit many students, split up what she knew into different portions, and pass it down through various individuals.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then maybe if you combine it all, it produces the ultimate technique?
So even though we see ourselves as representatives of Wheatsealing's school of shamanism, what we know isn't the sum of her legacy. Actually, I know of a shaman family that inherited some of Master's techniques. The family fell on hard times and lost the right to the priesthood. Still could be worth a shot.
But if they inherited Wheatsealing's secret technique, shouldn't the family be thriving?
Well, it's the only thing I can think of.
All right, give me their address.
I'll mark it out on your map.
To be honest, I'm not optimistic about the future of this investigation.
You really give it all? You're all. So.
That's because the request came from you. You don't know the power of your own words, do you?
So I can take a little guess. Okay. Okay, that's not too far. Konnichiwa, Amelia.
If this battle seems more hopeless by the second.
Doing good so far. Just going through Citlali's Tribal Chronicles quest.
Nothing we can do about that.
Well, even if our investigation ultimately proves the legend to be false, that's still a worthwhile result. Although I'm here for business purposes, I have a personal interest in this as well. I'm drawn to matters of historical truth.
That's exactly why I chose to follow you, Monsieur Montluçon.
Listen, I'm just updating you on the situation, not asking for your opinion. I don't really care whether you continue your investigation. Traveler, you came to me for help with your scroll weaving duty, right? You thought looking into the Battle of Seven Colors could give you answers. That's understandable. But based on our progress, I'd say this is a dead end.
Basically, we're trying to figure out if a certain battle 200 years ago actually happened. And if it happened, then a secret technique is involved, and we're trying to figure out if that secret technique actually exists. Because if that exists, then probably the battle did happen, and that's how she won that battle. And yeah, we just have a lot of people that are trying to figure out whether, whether that battle happened. That's what everyone wants to know right now.
Instead of wasting time, you might consider taking a different approach. I'll try to think of another way to help you.
Respected traveler, let's not forget about the compensation I promised. You shall have it in full. Extra, if that's what it takes.
Yeah, and Citlali is someone that is just around when that battle happens, but technically she wasn't actually involved with the battle herself, though the person involved was her arch rival back then, or technically friends back then. And we're just investigating a matter of, what happened with this person. I think this investigation could help you too, Citlali.
What makes you say that?
Because it has to do with Zitlin's past.
Yeah, based on what you've told us so far, it kinda seems like there's unresolved tension between you two.
You think so?
She claimed to be your friend, but picked fights with you non-stop, and never told you about her biggest accomplishment. By figuring out the truth behind the battle, maybe we can finally help you get closure.
Closure? I'd say we're 200 years too late. But fine, if you want to keep investigating, be my guest.
If I played Honkai, you're talking about Honkai 3rd Impact or Honkai Star Rail? I'm assuming you're talking about Honkai Star Rail, and I have. I haven't streamed too much of it yet. I'm like behind, but eventually I'm gonna have to catch up. Star Rail. Yeah, eventually I have to catch up. I do have some pool videos that I've done so far. So I do have some newer characters. Like the last one I pulled was Ting Yun 5-star. I never could pronounce her 5-star name, like Fugu. But it's probably because I just haven't heard her name enough to like ingrain in my mind how to actually say it. But that's like the latest character I rolled.
Ah, that's wonderful news.
Alright, let's go visit the shaman family.
So I'm guessing that you play Star Rail. I'm wondering if you also play Genshin. Since it sounds like you don't already know what's going on in Genshin already.
Yep, that's me. Huh? Granny Eatsley?
Get up! In a crowded market like this, the only person who should be trying to hide is me.
Yep. The funny thing about Citlali is everybody in this tribe is afraid of her.
My apologies. Ever since my grandfather's generation, the shamans of my family have given up on passing your trial, Granny Eatsley. Have we offended you in some other capacity?
He looks like me? I don't think he looks that close to like me. Look pretty... I mean, the only thing we really share is just the glasses, right? Like, the hair is different. He doesn't have cat ears. I think the color of his hair and eyes are different too, even though I'm colorblind.
Man, this is generational trauma at this point.
Whenever I misbehaved as a kid, Grandpa would tell me about the thrashing he received from Granny Eatsley. I still get nightmares about it sometimes.
Wow. Nightmares over a person that you never interacted before. Wonder what Citlali looks like in those nightmares. Oh.
Hey, don't get any funny ideas. This was your idea, remember? Keep asking your questions. I'm going to find somewhere quiet to wait.
Oh, and I guess the other thing that's weird about this situation is she's able to read the traveler's mind. So anytime I'm reading the traveler's dialogue, she can actually hear it.
Okay, Okay, so your family studied under Huitzilin, right?
Yes, although that pretty much ended with my grandfather's generation, unfortunately.
Oh no. So I'm guessing he didn't inherit whatever his grandfather knew?
The techniques my family learned from Huitzilin didn't have much practical use in terms of tribal affairs, so during my grandfather's time, we quit the priesthood. Turns out, shaman techniques aren't that useful outside the priesthood either. So over time, we abandoned them altogether. Of course, it's possible that we were just too foolish to understand the true power of those teachings. After all, Huitzilin was a genius. None of her students have been able to fully reproduce her talent.
Do you know which techniques were passed on to your family?
I'm not sure. As a kid, I remember hearing my grandfather talk about them, but it's not like I can use them myself.
Just think about it for a sec. Do you remember anything about a technique that can decide the outcome of a battle?
Decide the outcome of a battle? No, I don't remember anything like that.
What other games do I play? Currently, I was playing like Warframe a bit before I started covering Genshin Impact again. I'm still playing Warframe on the, off-stream times that I can. Sometimes I'm popping in with Helldivers with some friends. Those are the current ones. Like a lot of the games I did play in the way past that I kind of finished are like Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Armored Core. So a lot of From Software games, and there's also like stuff like Monster Hunter. Man, but I'm assuming that I probably won't be touching Monster Hunter until Wilds comes out. Even though there's still a couple leftover things from World that I still need to finish. But yeah, those are kind of the games I kind of cover.
Besides, my family wasn't really known for our talent. If a technique like that exists, I doubt Huitzilin would pass it on to us. You might have better luck asking one of the priests. They're descendants of Huitzilin's most gifted students.
Well, looks like we're back where we started.
Still no definitive evidence the Battle of Seven Colors took place. Alier, do you think we have enough to draw a conclusion?
And the guys that are following around our group, they're historians. So that's why they're trying to uncover the truth. So they can record it down in history books.
All we have are non-witness accounts. We could put together an interview, but that's not going to hold up in academic circles.
Then we have to keep going.
Oh, you're investigating the Battle of Seven Colors?
Yeah, you know about it?
Not a lot, but there's something special about my family. In addition to shaman techniques, Huitzilin's stories were passed down to us as well. Say what you want about my ancestors' dedication to shamanism, but they definitely paid attention to those stories. And of course, the Battle of Seven Colors is the most exciting story of them all.
Oh, so that might be useful.
We don't need another story. We need something concrete. Does no one in your tribe understand that?
I'm not sure if this is helpful, but the story passed down in my family is a little different from the one told in the tribe.
That should be useful.
Really?
How so?
Well, it's Huitzilin's personal account of the events, so it's a lot more detailed.
Did I make this model? Yes, I did.
For example, in the version I heard, the battle took place in a location known as Chico Mostuk Cave.
That means you can tell us where to find it. Have you ever been to this place?
Unfortunately not.
I studied maps of Natlan before we left, Monsieur Montluçon. I don't remember ever seeing such a name.
Could your ancestors be mistaken, Mr. Shaman?
Software? Oh, well, I prefer not to talk about that right now, since I'm kind of deep in the story right now. Because that could be quite a bit. In Chocomonster Cave.
For example, in the version I heard...
Okay. Huh. That's quite a detail that you would think the original story from that the tribe knows would know. would include.
It's unlikely. My family may have let the shamanism side of things fall by the wayside, but we're serious about these stories. In the words of my grandfather, some things deserve to be passed down more than secret arts.
If Whitzelin's version of events differs so much from the general understanding, that makes it even more likely the battle is completely made up.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Oh, hold on. You mentioned the Chico Mostek cave?
Oh, yes? Can I clear something up for you?
It's been more than 200 years. Huh. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
What do you mean?
That location is now known as the Valley of Fog. The Chico Mostek cave is what it was called 200 years ago.
Precisely when Huitziling was alive. That means, Monsieur Montluçon, we can confirm the original site of the battle.
So I guess that's where we're heading.
Once we get there, the evidence we need should be at our fingertips.
Just when we thought all hope was lost. I never doubted you, great shaman. Allow me to present you with a gift as thanks.
Save it. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me.
Just accept the gift, Citlali. You've earned it.
Wait, Mr. Montluçon works in publishing. You're a huge fan of light novels, right, Citlali? Maybe he could get you some that are out of print.
Really?
Out of print, huh? Sure. Do you have any in mind?
Well, if we're talking collectibles, then the first edition of Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power is a must. It's the first major hit of the isekai genre. Several editions have gone to print, but copies of the first edition are exceedingly rare and valuable.
He's definitely a secret otaku.
I see.
There's also its sister work, Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. It was Yae Publishing House's attempt at gauging the new market trends. It's opened the door to a new genre after readers grew tired of isekais. The sales speak for themselves. Actually, Yae Publishing House released a limited edition not too long ago, but it's almost impossible to get. Anyway, I'll take those two.
Sorry, I'm not sure I caught all that. What were the titles again? Reborn as Kitsune Guji?
Combine the two.
Are among the most successful and well-known works in the entire industry. You're telling me, as someone who works in publishing, you've never heard of them?
I'm a merchant from Fontaine, after all. Regarding this particular genre from Inazuma, I'm afraid I lack your level of expertise.
Amateur.
Just leave the books to me. But don't forget your pay, though.
Of course. Sounds like a perfect arrangement. Now, there's no time to waste. We should head to the site of the battle right away.
Once we get there, it'll take a bit more work to determine the actual location. Right now, all we have is a general idea.
Well, I'm sure Miss Citlali can help us with that.
Have you even looked at the time? It's already evening, and I have important plans tonight. You expect me to work through the night?
Well, what do you think, traveler?
Let's break for the day and meet back up tomorrow. The battlefield's not going anywhere.
Okay, we'll find a place to rest for the night. When should we meet tomorrow?
He's persistent, huh?
What do you think, Citlali?
How about noon?
Do we have to wait that long?
Great shamans have important matters to attend to in the morning.
My guess is she just wants to sleep in. I mean, I kind of do that too sometimes.
That's only because I have important tasks to complete at night.
All right, as Miss Citlali instructed. Let's meet back up tomorrow at noon. We'll be waiting at the exit of the tribal settlement.
sorry. I just wanted to ask, is Granny Eatsley satisfied with my answer?
Yeah, of course. You really helped us out.
Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't offend her somehow.
You're really that scared of her?
She's actually really nice. She's just awkward in social situations.
To be honest, Granny Eatsley almost never interacts with ordinary tribespeople like us. Everything we know about her comes from rumors. She's a powerful shaman who's lived for over 200 years. As a great hero, you're probably the only one who isn't intimidated by her.
Well, thanks for today, Citlali.
Wanna grab a meal? My treat. Think of it as a thank you for today.
That's quite considerate of you. All right, let's grab a few drinks. Just like last time.
Wait, didn't you say you had important plans tonight?
What did you think I meant?
Does that mean you've gone drinking every night for the past 200 years? Now Paimon's worried about your health.
Same place?
No, I've had enough socializing for one day. I know somewhere quiet. We can just buy some drinks and head over. Which will also give us a chance to solve the mind reading issue. Considering the necessary spell work, I'd rather do it in private.
Here? Huh? Oh, I had to go up. I was thinking I had to go down. Probably need to actually teleport somewhere higher. Wait, how did I get up there originally? So I feel like I had to have been up there before. So high above. I'm a vehicle who can ride up walls, but not that far up. And this place is made to fly up usually. But there would have to be...
One with okay. Is this really necessary?
some mechanisms that actually take me up there.
Okay.
I mean, I guess with conditions shouldn't be too hard.
Let's ride.
So it does make you wonder how like you would normally get up there without using the tricks I do. Think I should be high enough?
Let's ride.
The wind's with K.
As long as I have energy. See, that balloon being there makes me think I should be able to get up there normally somehow.
Is this the place?
No, further up.
Further up?
Going up on a hop air balloon
Whoa,
up higher.
This is like a secret base.
Oh.
Sometimes I want the fresh air, but not the company. So I come here.
This is our secret little hideout.
See if my stash is still here. Ah, great. The halberd crest birds didn't eat my snacks.
Already drinking.
Now for the mind reading issue. Give me your hand.
Just like last time?
It might take a little longer, actually. I just need to share my senses, make a clean break.
Yeah, you would think that she wouldn't mind being able to read the traveler's mind. Guess that affects her a little bit too much.
That should do it. Right?
This really is a one-of-a-kind view. That must be why Citlali likes to come here.
You're not wrong. Hold on. Why do I still hear you in my head?
No idea.
Oh, did I not separate our senses completely? Maybe using my palm isn't enough? Close your eyes.
Huh?
Oh, please work, please work. A great shaman should be able to handle this.
Wait, I can hear her mind too.
Okay, what about now?
I think I heard something. It sounded like your thoughts?
Huh? And now?
It's gone.
Huh. Whenever I try to remove the effect, it just flips direction and gets worse.
Was that Citlali's forehead just now? It was really warm.
That was just to help with the spell. Ah, shoot. I still hear you. For a human soul, to lose the boundaries of the mind is to drown in the sea of consciousness without a concept of self.
Wait, that sounds bad.
I read that in a light novel. When it comes to the real world, I think it's pretty accurate.
Is Citlali drunk? She's not making much sense.
Anyway, we'll just have to leave it for now.
Hearing the traveler's thoughts isn't that bad, right? You should just tease him. That's what Paimon would do.
It's just... I'm not good at this. I'm not used to being close to people. Sorry, I said we could be friends, but I guess I'm not ready.
Oh, even after everything we've been through so far?
I'm used to being Granny Eatsley. Someone intimidating, someone people are scared to approach. I don't have to deal with people that way.
Why live like that?
Yeah, Paimon's been wondering. Why do you insist on living so far away? You could easily become a leader of your tribe. Someone everyone loves and respects.
When you live as long as me, a person is like a flower. The color draws you in. You water it to see it bloom. It rewards you with its fragrance, but it doesn't last. With the passing of the seasons, everything withers away. You can try to water it, but it will never bloom again.
Well, that is what I kind of mentioned before. Hard to kind of get close to anybody again.
Even if the same plot of soil is covered in flowers the following year, the one you remember won't be there. That's just how it is. Most of the people in my life will be gone one day, just like a flower. Getting close means losing friend after friend for hundreds of years, until the weight of their memories crushes my soul. If people don't care about me, then I don't have to care about them. It's better if the people in my memories are nothing more than fleeting strangers.
Citlali.
My approach is different. I choose to remember everyone.
You won't live as long as me, so you don't have to worry about that.
Actually, I might have a long lifespan. Have some really ancient memories.
Really? Then you should understand. Nearly everyone you know will be gone one day.
All the more reason to remember them.
Traveler?
I have a friend who only lives in my memories now. In fact, you could say my memories are the sole proof that she existed in this world. Is he talking about sister? So sometimes I tell myself, as long as I remember every single friend, they will never truly die. Instead, they will live on the world in my memories. When friends create memories together, there's always something to hold on to. So if you still need time, let me choose to remember you first.
Is something wrong?
Stupid mind-reading side effect won't go away. It's not like I want to hear you complain about me all the time.
Okay, she's definitely drunk. Citlali, maybe take it easy? At this rate, you might sleep past noon tomorrow.
I'm not drunk. I remember everything the traveler said. Just gotta think of a response. I'll think of something.
Sounds like she's falling asleep.
Oh, not this again. Is she asleep?
I'm fine. Can get home by myself.
And she? Isn't her home kind of far like this?
Is she talking in her sleep or talking to us? She seems kind of out of it.
Bye. Gonna walk back alone. Need some time to think.
I guess flying back home is a way to get back. Hopefully that knows where to go. She doesn't need us to worry about her. She's always been like this.
Alright.
Okay, I guess we'll have to wait until the next day. So let's go ahead and turn time forward.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
Yep, and the story continues. I'm trying to finish this all in one stream.
This should be the place we decided to meet yesterday. Who knows if Citlali will show up on time? She drank so much last night, she might not even be up yet.
Ahem.
Citlali!
No need to sound so surprised. Drinking is just a way to pass the time. I mastered the art of moderation long ago. Last night doesn't count. It was a minor slip-up, that's all. Anyway, I gave everything a lot of thought, and I think you're right about something. The Battle of Seven Colors holds the key to a lot of the answers I've been searching for.
So that's why you're here so early.
Traveler, great shaman. Sorry to keep you waiting. Shall we head out?
Oh, she doesn't like the Vtuber, huh?
Just follow me. I'll confirm the location myself.
Of course.
Yeah, I totally forgot the Vtuber being in our party. They were kind of like quiet and hidden. There's like a very simple puzzle in front of me, but I don't have a character. I can act. Oh, there it is. I was looking for you. Sure, you can handle this. There we go. Are you gonna pop in? Oh, I guess there needs to be two of you. Am I able to turn that off? Oh, I see. It's a 2-in-1 puzzle. There you go. It's a little detour puzzle along the way. If I could solve the puzzle pretty easily, I'll just do it very quickly. Okay, so it's down here.
This should be it.
So the battlefield is inside this place.
That could explain a lot of our academic questions.
Don't lose focus. Once we get to the actual site of the battle, all the evidence needed for publication will be at our fingertips.
Everyone ready?
Let's go. You would think that with the traveler here that would have all the bodyguards those guys would need. Yep, and this is where we would probably get to give Citlali a try. That's usually how this all goes.
So the Abyss invaded through a cave like this?
When the Abyss first began to corrode the ley lines, they took every opening they could get.
All the items here should be useful for our research.
You're not to touch a single one without my nod of approval.
I don't support invasive excavation techniques either.
Ah, of course. I'll defer to the experts on this matter. Well, shall we continue?
I feel like this is almost like India and Hannah Jones type of story. Usually like the main character gets forced to solve the puzzles in
There are
the
weapons
area.
here from every tribe in Natlan. The battle must have encompassed the entire nation.
Sounds like we're getting closer to what the legend describes. But all we can really say is that a battle took place here. There's still no evidence of any colors or some elaborate maze.
Wow, you're really invested in the Battle of Seven Colors.
Well, it's the reason I came to Natlan in the first place. Grudok, send some of your men to search the area. We might miss something all grouped together like this. I'd like to cover all our bases.
All the bases. You got it.
Don't jump to conclusions. Of course this isn't the site of the actual battle. We have to keep going.
Okay, onward we go. Not missing anything by going forward. Hard to kind of check with that.
This wall is in our way!
I might have an idea. Traveler, try removing that sphere.
Okay.
Whoa, we passed straight through! What was that? Some kind of color magic?
It's very close to the technique Citlali might have used.
Something tells me that if we don't solve the puzzle correctly, we might be stuck here.
That's it? Doesn't quite compare to the scale described in the legend.
Still, what a terrific archaeological find.
Enough chit-chat. We should keep going. The deeper we go, the more we'll find.
We got stuck right there a little bit, but okay. I'm like always wondering if I'm like walking past like a chest. Being colorblind, it's kind of hard for me to notice it sometimes.
Step here, we might fall through.
You mean there are traps in here?
Remember how we were able to pass through the wall just now? It must have been because on our person, we were carrying the same color as the wall. Let's put the sphere down and see what happens.
Yeah, that she can high jump.
Whoa, you're right. We can keep going now.
I mean, if Citlali can get through that, I wonder how the rest are going to get through that. Okay. Go through the wall. Well, eventually there has to be like a color that someone can't see it go through, right?
Wait, what was that? What is this place?
Look! A maze made of colors.
It's real. I can't believe it.
Hold on. The quality of this space. This isn't reality. It's a realm of memory.
Huh?
Is this the Night Kingdom?
No. This is a space constructed using memories as a medium. The principle is similar, but the two are not the same.
Correct?
Oh, that's her friend. Has to be.
Citlali?
Memory of her.
No. It's just a trace of her consciousness left behind after creating this space.
Friends, this is my question to you. What is our strongest weapon against the Abyss? In my opinion, it's memory. After all, is it not after losing the capacity for memory, love, and compassion that our enemies fell to the Abyss? That is why, with our memories, we possess a power the Abyss cannot hope to match. I have discovered the perfect medium for us to wield that weapon. You know it as color. The more cherished the memory, the more vivid its color. As memories disappear, their color fades first. That is why color is the best vehicle to wield the power of memory. Guided by vibrant colors, your capacity for memory is what will allow you to navigate this maze. Without that capacity, enemies will fail to cross the barrier in front of them and be trapped here for eternity. So, be brave, my friends, and march forward.
Any ideas, Citlali?
Sounds like she left a tutorial. Not surprising. She always did have to handhold her talentless students. Follow me.
Her students will at least be able to get past this, right? Like, was worried about, like, why this particular panel is changing color.
Return to the skies.
Yeah, definitely would be harder if you didn't have her in the party.
There are monsters here too?
Abyss creatures. Likely trapped here for some time. Looks like a few monsters made it out of the battle all those years ago.
What happens if I went the other way? Well, it's too late now. Is a one-way way to get there. I mean, I do have a good niche. I could probably swing around the walls. Well, maybe not. There's like a barrier. How do you know which one's the right way? I feel like I just got lucky. Or I might have still went the wrong way. Or maybe you're forced to go a certain way anyways.
What's with these color-changing blocks? You and Citlali fell through all of a sudden. You scared Paimon half to death.
Must be one of the mechanics of the maze. I'm guessing the purpose is to help allies navigate.
Oh no! More monsters?
Ah, shoot. They're blocking the way forward. Let's get rid of them.
Wait. Citlali should have a way.
You two! Time to end them!
We get all my energy back.
Blazing sun! Incinerate!
They're supposed to be a perfect pair together. Hopefully this is not an actual memory game. Being colorblind and being bad at memorizing things.
This place is so pretty. If not for those monsters, Paimon would have never guessed this was a battlefield.
The showmanship's not bad. I'll give her that. Let's run.
Stop changing colors. Oh.
Okay.
Is this a bridge made of colors?
Don't sound so surprised. We just need to cross and we should reach the end.
I kind of wonder how this would have ended if I didn't have Knish in my party.
We're out! Looks like we made it through the maze.
Hold on. This is...
Whoa, so pretty! The thing inside the sphere looks exactly like the maze!
It's like a miniature blueprint made from a special dye.
That color.
The dye was modified using a secret technique to harness the power of memories and create mazes like the one we just witnessed. Without that power, it's just a normal dye. But the color it produces is still quite rare. I would say this is the most direct evidence that the Battle of Seven Colors actually took place.
The expert has spoken!
Perhaps I could take a closer look? It's an important piece of physical evidence, after all.
Why do I feel like there's an alternative motive going on right now?
No, you may not.
I'm telling you, it was like Indiana Jones.
What are you doing?
Ah, you noticed my signal. Not bad, Traveler. We make a good team.
Huh. So, you've been watching me.
A self-proclaimed book merchant who's never heard of Shogun Almighty reborn as Raiden with unlimited power? Please, that work was a commercial success across Teyvat. I knew you were fishy, but I didn't expect you to pull something like this.
Monsieur Montluçon, we just need a few pictures for our research, not the artifact itself. What if it gets damaged or destroyed?
Shut it. I couldn't care less about preserving this piece of trash. I would destroy it right now if I could.
But then there would be no evidence to prove the battle took place.
What if that was my goal all along?
What?
Huh. Pretending to be a book merchant, pretending to promote the history of Natlan and its heroes, was the only way to get information out of the people in this tribe.
So I'm guessing he was not from Fontaine all along.
But make no mistake, I'm no lowly merchant. I am the future owner of the largest printing company in all of Teyvat. But the dye in that sphere ruined all my plans before they could even get off the ground.
We've received a report that your advertisement in the paper makes false claims. Fontaine Law demands it be taken down immediately.
False claims? The dye I advertised is an unprecedented innovation. It produces colors of unmatched radiance.
Unfortunately, its qualities are neither unprecedented nor unmatched. According to the lady who made the report, she saw a woven scroll in Natlan made with a similar dye. Even more miraculous, that substance dates back hundreds of years.
How? Creating this dye is the culmination of my entire life's work. You're telling me I'm hundreds of years too late?
Calm down, sir.
Sorry, it's just... I know this product will be a hit. The economic boost to Fontaine will be huge. We just need to advertise it as written. Fontaine's publishing industry is one of the best in the world. All we need to do is publish something in the paper, and all of Teyvat will think it was our invention first.
Really? That's his reason for doing all this?
We don't need to worry about more reports. Fontaine is far more advanced than Natlan. No one will believe such an innovative product could come from a place like that.
That goes against all of Fontaine's advertisement regulations. We can't do that.
What if I give you a portion of the profits? All you have to do is let the advertisement stay.
You're trying to bribe me? Careful. I'm dangerously close to reporting this to Monsieur Novelette.
Yeah, profit doesn't work in Fontaine.
To market my product, it would be a hit. A bestseller even. I would be a giant in the printing industry. But now, no one will see it as anything more than a poor imitation marketed centuries too late. No matter how good the product actually is, not a single one will sell. Huh. I will never accept that someone from this backwoods, ignorant nation could come up with that dye. Not 200 years before me.
Even when the truth is right in front of you.
Ha! Truth is in the eye of the beholder. I'm already in the printing industry. I can go into publishing, no problem. All I have to do is destroy this sphere, write a detailed report about my findings, and publish it around the world. Then, the so-called truth becomes your word against mine. Once my report is accepted as fact, no one can accuse me of making false claims.
That's awful. What happened to restoring the truth of history?
That plan hasn't changed. I will continue to spread my truth for all of Teyvat to see.
You talk big game, but did you forget who you're talking to?
Ah, you mean a hero of Natlan who's not actually from Natlan? And a great shaman who, according to rumor, abandoned her tribe long ago? From a practical perspective, there's no reason for either of you to stand against me.
Man, this is where he gets it all wrong.
That's what you know.
Oh, since you like rumors so much, have you heard the one about what happens to people who get on my bad side?
Ah, the wrath of Granny Itzli. Like I said, our interests aren't at odds. I knew from the beginning that you would accept my invitation, considering Hwitzelen was your rival. You've lived longer than her, you're far stronger than her, and yet, she has always been more revered than you. Now, that can change. With the backing of the printing industry, I can take any book and send it to all four corners of Teyvat. This part of Natlan's history will be mine to tell. And in my version, I can erase the Battle of Seven Colors. You can be the one to have all the glory.
That's not real history.
That's a no then? Your history means nothing to me. But it's not allowed to stand in the way of my Mora.
Done running your mouth? Good. Before handing you over to the tribe, I think I'll have my way with you first.
Teach him a lesson and make it stick.
If this comes to a fight, per my contract, you're gonna have to go through me.
Oh, that's gonna be really easy.
That's right. I didn't pay all that Mora for nothing.
Wait, aren't you subordinates of the captain? Why are you helping someone who wants to erase Natlan's history?
The captain. You actually bought that? United in the pursuit of Mora, we travel the land to collect debts. Our loyalty is to Regrader, his interests, and his wealth.
Regrader?
The captain means nothing to them. They serve a different harbinger altogether. Regrader!
This man has the potential to become a giant in the printing industry and disrupt Fontaine's economic system. This aligns with Regrader's interests.
It's all been a lie from the very beginning!
This doesn't change anything, Paimon. Just one more guy to beat up.
I don't care who you serve. When it comes to punishment, I don't discriminate. Show no mercy!
Oh, not ready. Hey, I still have the other members, so this should still be easy. We can just one big comment and it'll be over. Now I had to literally create like a tornado, summon a dragon. And swing around. Oh, this is what Gruda actually looks like right here.
That was unexpected.
Burn it down.
One person? Sure. I'll do it.
That's what you get for messing with the hero of Natlan and Granny Itzli. They could give Regrader a run for his Mora.
When did this person get so strong? Looks like the men following the captain failed to update us on the latest intelligence. Not good. This is becoming more trouble than it's worth. You're on your own.
Hey, what about our contract? Your boss signed it himself.
Our boss never signs a contract without loopholes. Even a veteran businessman like yourself fell into his trap. That's what makes him the best. Go home and read the fine print. All I did was trigger the exculpatory clause.
You!
The other stipulations have been fulfilled. I set up explosives around the cave, strong enough to destroy this place, as instructed. Oh, and for security purposes, all explosives have been rigged to blow at a specific time. Shouldn't be too long now.
Even though we're like deep in it right now.
were supposed to wait until I made it out. Are you trying to kill me?
That depends on how fast you can run. I'm off.
Guess he's not.
You think you can just waltz out of here? Traveler, stop them, and then we'll make a break for it.
Can do.
If I'm caught, I implicate my boss. Time for the backup plan.
Wait, don't!
Just happened.
Where are we? Back in the maze? Our surroundings look different, though. What did that Fatui guy do?
Guess breaking it kind of pulled us back into the maze. We need to find Citlali. She's probably somewhere around here too.
Good point. She'll know how to get out of here. Let's hurry. If we don't make it out before the cave collapses, we might never be able to leave.
Where could she be?
Let's see. Citlali! Oh, looks like it's not gonna be that easy. What should we do?
Remember physical Zhongling? I don't remember this being a thing. I saw the special color. It seems to be guiding me. That's the special color?
Color? The one you saw in that woven scroll? Why would it appear around here?
There's no time to think about that.
You're right. Lead the way, traveler.
Maybe we're actually not out of the maze. Maybe it was a trick. I think we're out of the maze, but we're not.
He triggered it just like that? If the technique isn't activated correctly.
It's a meme from the beginning of Genshin. Well, it's a meme I never bump into then.
Instead of a realm of memory, the subjects in question will be trapped in a temporary space like this. If you cannot escape in time, it's mutually assured destruction. But I can't fault someone for using it as a last resort.
I knew it! Someone of your skill wouldn't leave behind memory fragments just to parrot instructions. You must have the capacity for conscious thought.
I appreciate the compliment. It's been a long time, my friend.
This is no time for a reunion. The cave outside is about to collapse. I know time flows differently in this place, but that still doesn't leave us much time. Can you help me get out?
You misunderstand, Citlali. I'm nothing more than a fragment of memory. There's not much I can do.
What do you mean? This space can be manipulated, right? The exit of your maze. I remember its structure. If I create an exit here, I can leave. You just need to tell me how to manipulate this space.
The maze you saw earlier was constructed using the memories of many warriors of Natlan. When people leave deep impressions on each other, their memories form connections. These connections are particularly strong between comrades in arms. That is how I created my maze. The connections between the memories were my needle and thread, and the special color was my fabric. But if that color is crudely combined with an isolated memory, one without connections, you get a place like this. This space is a combination of my color and your memories. There is no way to alter or construct anything within it, because there are no connections at your disposal.
Over 200 years, and not a single lasting connection. This is my punishment, huh?
Is that true? There's me, right?
Well, at the very least, you have a connection to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to appear in this space.
That's only because you never gave me a moment's peace. Still, it's a shame you're not around. You said it yourself. A memory fragment can't be used to create the connections I need.
Citlali.
But now that I have the chance to talk to you again, I need you to give me an answer. Your special technique. You didn't pass it on to your students. You passed it on to the rival you could never beat. Me. What I want to know is, why?
So you figured it out.
After what I saw in the maze and everything you just told me, I'm certain the technique at the center of all this is the same one you taught me all those years ago. But you never brought up the fact that you used it to win a battle. From your description, it might as well have been a simple color trick. I'm getting the feeling you always meant for me to come here. But if this is a foreshadowed event, I'm not happy with the narrative setup.
Citlali, ever since you learned that technique, you've been able to see a special color, haven't you?
You mean...
That color is the core of the technique. But it isn't my invention. It's something I discovered in the work of our ancestors. More specifically, you could call it the color of memories. In truth, passing on the technique is a process of using that color to tint another person's memories. Yes, the technique has the power to decide victory. But in my opinion, the capacity to add color to someone's memories is where the true value lies. You are fated to live a far longer life than me, Citlali. I couldn't bear the thought of all those years existing as a blank canvas in your memory. So I wanted to leave a little color behind.
Your color, you mean?
One day, you too will want to leave behind your color in someone else's memory. When that day comes, you will understand my decision.
So if you need time, let me choose to remember you first. That's what I said before. I'll answer the question a bit after all this. I'm like thinking very deeply on what's going on.
I have to get out of here. That's the only way to rescue them.
Citlali, what are you...
I understand the true principle of this technique now. If I can't construct an exit, then I will separate this color from my memories by force.
But you could lose a portion of your memories that way.
I know, but my memory is just a blank canvas I've neglected for 200 years. My friends are worth the risk.
I have to find her.
Traveler?
When you entered the realm of memory I constructed, I used your memories to learn about your recent experiences. I have a feeling you're the one who will be saved this time. After 200 years, someone has appeared by your side, the kind of person I could have never anticipated. The Night Kingdom harbors Natlan's memories, and the Traveler's connection to that realm is incredibly strong, surpassing even the shamans who worship the Lord of the Night. This means that, even without your tutelage, he can see the color of memories.
What did you say?
Although he doesn't know how to wield it, he unknowingly left behind a trace of color in your memories. That was enough to guide him to this space. You now have a connection at your disposal. Well, Citlali, It looks like part of this was foreshadowed, but the rest is a surprise.
Traveler? Traveler!
That's Citlali's voice! She's just up ahead!
This is goodbye, my friend. Your memories over the past 200 years are much more than a blank canvas. Cherish them.
Wheat ceiling.
Citlali!
Paimon! Traveler!
We finally found you. Let's find a way to get out of here.
Hold my hand.
Is that all it's gonna take? What happened to the rest of the guys that were here with us?
Teleport out? Man, that place was so... Woo! We made it out just in time! Wonder what happened to the Fatui guy and the others.
He was most likely trapped inside that space, just like us. The external structures supporting that space would have collapsed with the ruin. Unless he managed to escape, he would have been crushed.
He still preferred that to being caught, huh?
What about the Fontanians?
They were standing a bit further away, right? They probably weren't pulled into the space. Maybe they already made a run for it.
Hello?
It's one of Maluson's employees! Quick, restrain him!
Pretty sure he's innocent compared to the rest of the group.
Oh, I can explain. I had no idea Malu-san was such a terrible person. I couldn't stop him from running, so I stayed behind and tried to find people to help rescue you. I'm so glad you managed to get out of there.
Either way, the guards will take you back to the tribe. You'll be their problem.
I understand.
Anyway, I'm not here to harp on you. I just need to know one thing. Which way did he run?
He went that way, but I'm not sure if you can catch up.
That way? Unless he suddenly grows a pair of wings, I think we're okay. Traveler, Paimon, come with me.
Yeah, we're definitely not letting him get it away.
The wind. Okay.
Oh, or maybe he got caught already.
Hey, it's Elder Tlapo and a group of Ictomisaurs! They caught Maluson!
Something felt off about him yesterday, so I set a few things in motion. Looks like it's time for that foreshadowing to pay off.
My bank balance. No! No!
What's wrong with him?
That's one of the tricks Claw uses to scare people. He makes people hallucinate the thing that scares them most. It's particularly effective on weak-minded people like him.
He's afraid of being poor.
Serves him right!
I know, it was a lot to ask, making you come all the way out here during the day.
Was that a declaration? Elder Tlapo didn't appoint us to a whole other task, did he?
Forget about him for now. The Ictomisaurs will make sure Montluçon doesn't escape before the guards arrive. In the meantime, we have unfinished business, remember?
Right, the special scroll. But the die is buried underneath a bunch of rubble now.
Don't worry, Witziling's technique hasn't been lost at all. Come with me, I'll explain everything at my house. Oh, and Traveler? Everything you said about memory, I finally figured out my answer. I knew you'd want to tag along. Let's go.
I was wondering what the whole secret about the technique was all about. It's kind of like feel like it was like in a puzzling kind of way that only she could know what it really meant because of what something that Celine kind of mentioned to her. Okay, now that we're out of there, we have a little bit of breathing room. Players will run a physical damage bonus weapon, making their meta at the time, even though pyro bonus was better. Yeah, people did some crazy things back then. I feel like I don't see that much nowadays. I could be wrong, maybe there is, but I don't hear about it as much nowadays. Who's your favorite character in the story so far? You know, that's pretty tough. I think it still probably goes to Farina due to so much things that she has to go through and how long she had to endure it all. It's just one big act for her, but it's an act that she suffered through out several years, or else if she fails to do that act, then the fate of her nation falls, right? That's such a heavy burden to kind of fall, and no matter what, I think that's probably the story that most, what's the word I'm looking for? Impacted me? Inspired me? It's not exactly the words I'm looking for, but moved me out of all the stories I've seen so far in Genshin. So that's still probably the top one. It's enough for me to kind of constantly debate whether I want to like roll for more copies of her.
Now, when it comes to weaving the scroll itself, you don't actually need to lift a finger. But if we're going to pass on Wheatziline's technique, your participation is critical.
What are you saying, Citlali?
Follow me.
Oh. What's this?
Whoa, look at this place. Do you weave scrolls too?
Scrolls. Scrolls? I thought you were going to show me your masterpiece.
That I am, old friend. The technique I'm about to show you directly relates to woven scrolls.
Fine. What is it? Something that can turn the tide of war or prevent a great disaster? You probably want to challenge me, right? I know you don't have the strength for a real fight, so I'll let you beat me with words.
Old friend, my life is nearing its end. I'm afraid I don't have time for another match.
Hey.
Don't worry. I trust in the belief of our tribe that death is not the end, but the beginning of a new existence in the Night Kingdom, where everything is made of memories. So, do you know why our ancestors insisted on using colorful, woven scrolls to record our history? Because history is the memory of a people. We give our scrolls an orange hue, so the dead can still feel the warmth of the setting sun. We decorate them with kernels of grain fruit, so the dead can still enjoy the abundance of our harvests.
I know that, but something this important? Why entrust it to me and not one of your students?
As your friend, I admit, I'm being a bit selfish. I don't have long, Citlali. Oh, I'm not sure I can truly explain my decision. But I know you will understand one day. For now, will you accept my final request?
Just this once. I understand now, Wheatsealing. Just like you said I would. Claw, help me move this outside. I'm going to color it.
Oh, it's supposed to mean something after coloring it?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me.
Oh, helps you bring the woven scroll outside. Huh?
We are like birds, soaring through the horizons of time. I linger between brushes of memory, seeking the color of my final journey. When I get there, may there be feathers to paint the sky, shades of rose. And fields of green to beckon adventurous souls. And azure oceans with which to sail into the unknown. And volcanoes too, where, despite the danger, hidden treasure waits to be found. And graffiti art, of course. Without that color, just imagine the dullness of night.
Anything else?
In the end, I hope everyone remembers my color too.
Oh.
In the end, I hope everyone remembers your color too. All in all, it was just a technique for coloring a scroll.
The task I'm entrusting to you is much more than that. Farewell, my friend.
I knew you would understand.
This is the special scroll. How did you know how to weave it, Citlali?
Remember the gifts from the spirits?
Hold on. You've lived for more than 200 years. You know how to weave the special scroll. That must mean you're the one behind the gifts from the spirits.
Oh, well, it's not like I wanted to interact with the appointed. So whenever I delivered the scroll, I used illusions to confuse them. The fact that it turned into some kind of divine intervention is because no one was skilled enough to see through my tricks.
Why not just tell them?
You've carried the duty alone for all these years? Even if you don't like interacting with people, why not teach someone else how to do it?
Traveler, you can see the special color, right?
Yes.
The essence of that color is memory. That means completing the special scroll is a process of searching for color within your memories. Passing the technique on to someone means sharing your memories with them. You need to leave traces of your color in their memory, and they must do the same. Even though I only confirmed that today, I've had suspicions for a long time. And, well, ever since Sweet Celine died, I haven't wanted to form that kind of connection with people.
Oh, yeah.
It was her final wish, so I kind of resigned myself to taking on the burden forever. After all, I have all the time in the world. But Claw never stopped appointing new candidates to weave the scroll, despite knowing exactly how I felt about the situation.
You mean he never stopped trying to find new friends for you?
I knew exactly what he was doing. And yeah, if I ever did share my memories with someone, I guess that person would be a friend. But it never got to that point. This time, though, you win, Claw. Take this. I guess it's my response to what you told me the other night.
What is it?
A handkerchief?
If I had to choose my color, it would be the color of this handkerchief. Countless people exist in my memories, and I know one day that will be my fate too. A memory living on in someone else's head. Since you have a long lifespan, you're the perfect candidate to bear this memory and carry my color in your mind.
Does this mean I'm officially your friend?
Just keep it safe. And you better not forget my color when I'm gone.
Whoa. It's a little early to talk about death, don't you think? It's only been a few seconds since we made the friendship official.
Isn't that what friends are for?
Okay, this is a serious commitment. Well, Citlali, if the Traveler's going to leave their color in your mind too, it'll probably be gold, right?
Actually, their mark is already there. Remember the mind-reading effect I couldn't fix? Well, I finally got to the bottom of it. Sharing senses allows communication to occur between the consciousness of different people. Naturally, memories are also involved in that process. Although I didn't know it at the time, we both have the ability to see the color of memory, which means that when I shared my senses with you, a connection was created between our memories. And that connection is what caused my original spell to go haywire.
So, you can hear the Traveler's thoughts because you left traces of color in each other's memories? And that's why the Traveler could hear your thoughts too, because it works both ways, right?
Quick thinking, but only those trained in the mystic arts can maintain that level of connection. That's why I can still hear the Traveler's thoughts, but not the other way around. There's no need to worry, though. Now that I've figured out how it works, I'll get rid of it in no time.
Oh.
I lied. Hearing each other's thoughts actually depends on the strength of the connection between our memories.
Oh wait, that's her head.
We just went through. I bet you can hear me again.
Well, she knows.
I knew it.
So, is there a way to stop it?
Since the connection between our memories is already there, the only way to get rid of the effect is for one of us to forget about the other.
Oh, well, that's not gonna happen.
Just messing with you. I'm a legendary shaman of my tribe. Now that I know the cause, of course I can figure out how to fix it. It'll probably take some time, though, so bear with me for now.
I'm probably so confused right now.
Besides, I'm an open book. It's not like you're gonna hear anything embarrassing. Oh, unless I've had a few drinks.
Oh, so you can turn it off. That's a shame.
A shame? I mean, if you ever miss this whole telepathy mess, I could always share my senses with you again. No promises, though. Some thoughts are better kept to yourself.
Huh?
Wait until the morning of the next day. Okay, I'm gonna use a take a little bathroom break real quick. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I was holding that one in for like ever since from the end of the maze. I was like thinking it was gonna end soon and then, you know, finish the quest. So I was like, I could like hold on to the end of it, but nope, it just kept going. And at the same time, while I'm like holding it, I'm like trying to like comprehend what she means by the color of color of memories. So even though she handed that handkerchief and there's a color on it, I'm like thinking to myself, what color is that? Is that like, well, for me that color looks like sky blue, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like actually pink. But yeah, I actually do not know you know, what her actual color is. Guess that's part of the key to some of these scrolls and how to color them. It's crazy how different that scroll that she colored earlier looks after you add color onto it, because it did not look anything like what you know, it didn't look like the Chalber and Movika on that scroll. Let me I need to actually fast forward time. Pretty sure we're getting very close to the end of all this. I think at the we'll hit that point where we talk to the chief again and finally be able to color the scrolls correctly. What's interesting is it, you know, like the chief was trying to have us kind of weave the scroll in a certain way, and that was supposed to help, but it seems like she just used a magic spell to do it. Oh, again, I can worry about that. Story. Go all the way back here.
Ah, you did it? Your investigation into the Battle of Seven Colors must have been fruitful indeed. I do hope you share what you learned.
Wow! The scroll is finished already!
Elder Talapo's wisdom is never wrong.
Yeah, we should explain. Take it away, Traveler!
Gonna fast forward. Share everything about the special color while keeping Citlali's contribution a secret.
I see.
You don't look surprised at all.
It makes perfect sense. History is the memory of a people. If we want to depict it, a dye derived from people's memories is, of course, the best choice. Now, it's just a matter of preserving this secret technique. From your description, it sounds like learning the technique requires the previous holder to share their memories.
Well, yeah.
In that case, I must work with our priests to reinvent the technique based on the principles you described. After all, memories are precious things, meant to be shared with those closest to us. I cannot take that choice away from you, Traveler. You completed your task admirably. Finding a way to carry on that legacy is now our duty.
All right, we'll leave that to you.
And please pass along my thanks to Granny Eastly. We interrogated the Fontanian merchant she apprehended, and it turns out he's the reason some among our tribe started to question our history. He hired people to spread misinformation about the Battle of Seven Colors. The recent friction within the tribe is entirely his doing.
Should have known.
We now have a record of his crimes, and will begin working with Fontaine authorities in a few days.
So he was behind the controversy in the first place. Guess it's easier to investigate when people are already questioning something. Anyway, that clears it up. People don't just question their history out of nowhere.
Thank you, Biram. We'll be on our way.
Until we meet again.
Hey. I think our be one more final visit with Citlali, and I think that'll be the end of the whole tribal character story quest. Just sitting in the very corner right here.
You told him everything, right?
Yep, we left out the part about your contribution, but it kinda seemed like Chief Biram saw through us.
You could have just said it was a gift from the spirits.
Yeah, but Chief Biram deserves something in return for his hard work.
I guess he is different from the previous chiefs. But if he figures out it was me all these years, I'm in for a world of trouble.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Oh, it's the other Fontanian researcher. He wasn't taken away with his boss?
Please, call me Allier. After questioning, the tribe absolved me of any serious wrongdoing, so here I am. I'll be heading back to Fontaine soon. No employer means no funding, after all. But I wanted to finish my investigation first. I'd like to ask some questions about Citlali. I want people outside of Natlan to hear her story, but my understanding still has some holes.
Questions? Huh! Why should I let an Outlander tell our stories?
Don't misunderstand. I have no intention of twisting your history or using it to make a profit. It's just honest curiosity, I assure you. I believe amazing stories deserve to be shared with the world. Culture thrives through dialogue and exchange.
He has a point.
All right, you can ask your questions, but be quick. I have important plans after this.
Important plans?
There's more drinking.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we're gonna get to hear some of it? I guess not. After continuing the interview, only leaving, so I'm finally out of
Day, another
his
drained
patience.
social battery.
Should probably get going too then.
Uh-huh. Hold on. You owe me a pair of books.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to light novels, your memory is like a steel trap, huh?
Books that rare will take some time to find.
You're telling me. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. You might need to go to Yai Publishing House in person. But I don't need them right away. Just don't forget, okay?
Of course! We'll get them sent to you as soon as we can!
Sent to me? Nuh-uh. I don't want a stranger knocking on my door when I'm hungover. Here, just take this.
Is that the key to our house? Oh my god. The key to our house. This is a big responsibility.
And this is?
The key to my house. Don't bother knocking next time. You'll disturb my sleep.
I mean, we're just going to our house just to deliver some books. That's all that key's for. Okay. Our handkerchief. I wonder if that actually does anything. Our key. Oh, guess she became a true friend at this point. And that's the end of the story. So I should be able to claim this now. I can. Now I don't have to worry about that for the last few days. Sometimes it's very late. I'm just trying to check if there's anything else I need to worry about. I'm not gonna worry about the card game. I do need to worry about there's supposed to be an event I haven't touched. Huh? I didn't get mistaken thinking that it was for 2 days and when it was actually 2 hours, was it? I mean, if that's the case, oh well. But really? I mean, sometimes I misread. That's just how it is. Oh well. Let me go ahead back and kind of park myself back where I usually always park. Oh, or the last comment. Your favorite character is Xingqiu or Ito. Those are two very different characters. It's kind of rare for me to hear that someone really likes either one of those characters, though. But I'm sure there's always fans. But anyways, it's super late, so I am going to call it a night. Might as well go ahead and pick this up. I'm practically right there.
Thank you for
That's just one less thing to worry about. I'm gonna have to like look at my bot and see if I'm like looking at an event in a weird way and not noticing the length of time correctly, but oh well. Oh well. Oh, you know, before I actually do really end the stream, kind of after going through her story, kind of make me wanna roll for her just a little bit more. Wanted to double check how far in I am. 5, 20, 2 temples in. Close to 4 temples. That would literally park me right before soft pity, so not quite enough to get there. He's already at max constellation. But even if I decide to pull, I shouldn't actually go too far in. We'll just end up with just 1 temple then. I decide that at least. Yep, and whatever happens, happens. Oh, I have 4 right. Yeah, but that just means I'm for sure able to do 4 temples. It was like close, but it wasn't exactly enough for 4, more like just 3. Either way, it still wouldn't be enough. Nope. Not meant to be. Definitely was a long shot. Not too bad. Better than the character that I can't take advantage of. Okay. Need some achievements, Mahal. Oh, maybe. Just for exploration. Okay. Well, story. It's actually pretty good. You know, it's really. I feel like it's really hard for, at least for me, to not like a character like Citlali. She's pretty charming in her own way, in a very fun way. She's a very fun character. It's very soon. I guess this is the appeals of having like a tsundere kind of, but she's like not like a completely like classic tsundere. She's definitely in a unique kind of tsundere kind of way that I haven't really seen before. Like a older, more mature woman type of tsundere, because I think most of the tsunderes I've seen, they're like really young type of tsundere. So that's like the big difference. And I mean, I kind of saw the Indiana Jones kind of twists happening. I just wasn't sure whether it was just the Fatui or whether that self-proclaimed historian guy was involved with it. But I should have known the way he's kind of rushing things that it was up to no good. But I knew the other guy, the kind of the more like archaeologist, was probably innocent. Well, he was literally the only one that was innocent. I guess the Fatui guys never got out of there. They're pretty much dead. They're stuck in there, right? So, very grim fate for them. Unless they got dug out. That might be a thing too. But overall, it was a nice story. I'll learn a lot more about Citlali's past than I thought it would. You had some pretty, like,
exploration and trials.
deep moments with her, so
Right up my alley.
probably exactly what any players would really want from her character story. And anyways, it is late, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I think based on how caught up I am with Genshin, I'll be most likely streaming Genshin the next update when it comes out. I'm gonna be catching up on other games that, you know, have updates that have been out for a while that I haven't touched yet. Most likely Wuthering Waves. But there's also one other game in queue that I've been planning to stream, and should be short. But this is like the optimal time for it. But once I start streaming it, you would know. And I'm like just kind of debating when that stream is going to be. It's either going to be tomorrow or Tuesday. Again, we'll see. There's a lot of things I have to kind of go over. For now, I'm going to call it night and think about all that later. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the future. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye. Whew. My weekend was a lot more busier than I thought. It was actually, I did say that I was trying to stream something during the weekend, but no, like I just, yeah, I was just ended up being a little bit too busy. I have a lot of like homework I have to kind of catch up on, and I had a really big hangout on Saturday. Yeah, sometimes once in like every month, we would have me and my friends would have a big tabletop game session, and although it was fun, it does go throughout most of the day. And I was like thinking, oh, maybe I could stream afterwards. But after that long session, I was just like way too tired to do anything. Just fell asleep right after the whole event. But hey, at least I got a lot of good sleep. It's been really rare for me to get to sleep early, really. But yeah, I've been sleeping early a lot lately. It's probably not a bad thing. But for me to keep it up, I probably should go ahead and stop right here. So once again, thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.